Now, to start blocking in the drawing at this point, after you've toned the ground, look for the bright spots, the highlights, and go in with an eraser, like I'm using a sharp eraser there, to start looking for where the bright spots in the drawing are. And when you use a kneaded eraser, you're able to get a little bit softer areas, and it also kind of does a nice job of kind of pushing the charcoal around. Now, you're still definitely going to be only using the Vine charcoal at this point. And the reason is it allows you to correct it and take even a paper towel and kind of wipe it away and start over again. So I'm looking for just big areas of dark, big sort of dark value areas that I'm going to block in. So now I already have, which is kind of the nice part of the toned ground charcoal drawing, is now I already have 3 values going, and from there I can expand that into more. Now that once you're confident that things are where they're supposed to be, that's when you bring out the compressed charcoal. It's also called, it may also be called in your kit, a soft pastel. But the thing to remember, and I'm also bringing out charcoal pencils and blending stumps. The thing to remember is once you start with the soft pastel or the compressed charcoal, it doesn't erase very well. So once you're ready to commit, then you bring out those tools and start looking for, areas of value, and think of it as kind of slowly allowing the drawing to slowly come into focus as you work on it. It also takes some of the pressure off of getting into extreme detail too quickly. So the blending stump also is a great tool to use with the compressed charcoal. A pencil eraser, if you have that, is also really good. So I'm constantly moving around. I'm not settling on one area, and that allows me to develop the drawing as a whole, kind of all at the same time, rather than focusing on one tiny area. So I'm already starting to get more and intricate values established. I'm making kind of tightening up the drawing as I work. I'm just sort of making quick observations as to where the details are, where the light and shadow is, and using the blending stump, the sharp edge of it, to kind of move the charcoal around and get it to where I want it. And using a full array of erasers that you have is really going to be useful, because at least half the drawing you're going to be spent drawing with the eraser in this case. And the charcoal pencil, once you get things settled, is a great tool for shading in finer detail. Look for the full range of, these will be very dark drawings, but that still means there's a huge array of values on the dark end, the low-key spectrum. And that sort of should be the beauty of these drawings, is those sort of deep, dark grays and blacks popping up next to the white of the highlights and the sort of very high contrast areas. The erasers also make interesting smudges, which is so you are able to get some interesting textures with them as well. And you can go back and forth between using the compressed charcoal and the Vine charcoal, because you'll find they each have slightly different values and also those type of characteristics. The kneaded eraser is really nice for getting soft details, because you can sort of knead it into any shape that you need. Now you'll notice this is the first time I've even brought out the white charcoal pencil. So save that really towards the end and allow it just to be for highlights. Now at this point the drawing is just blocked in, and I'm ready at that point to get into more detail.